I'm doing another one. Yay! This is a sequel to the immensely popular Rutherford, North Carolina Sucks. How do you stop North Carolina fucking? Okay. There's this old saying, you know, you can, it's easy to complain or to actually solve the problem. Alright, I'm going to help try and solve some problems. First of all, you have to get the county commissioners and the city council in this county to start realizing that this whole idea, this vision of resort and retirement community is not working. Okay? It's not that it's a necessarily bad idea, but it can't just be all this county is about economically. You have to bring in industry. You have to bring in jobs. You have to bring in good paying jobs. And you have to get rid of this idea that you have to stay Mayberry. I'm not here to praise Mayberry. I am here to bury it. Probably 1,000 feet into the ground. Because it hurt the community because they want to keep the small town friendly feel. You can have a small town friendly feeling and be a PM society with a good economy. All around us, we have County having good job growth. Spartanburg County, good job growth. Good job growth. Other counties surrounding us, good job growth. Not here for some reason. There is this belief that Tron Equestrian Center is going to help us out. To read that, correct. There's a new hotel going to open in Forest City. A major hotel, a big hotel, not just one of these little rink, flea-bitten hotels that, I shan't mention any names. But you know which ones I'm talking if you're local. But at the same time, all the money is going to Polk County to Tryon. It's not here. Why did they not build a Rutherford Equestrian Center, Shiloh Equestrian Center, or Tri-City Equestrian Center, something like that, folks? Why not that? What that? It seems like that this 221 expansion, this expansion, has completely fallen off the radar. They're still doing a little bit of work in the northern part of the county but I really don't know what's on. Is it stalled? Is it just about to start up again? It needs to happen, folks. This is long overdue. This happened 30 years ago. When we still had a textile industry. When we still had an opportunity to be competitive. For some reason, our local leadership didn't want big jobs, big, well-paying jobs, huge well-paying jobs in here. When the textile industry died in 1998, for all intents and purposes, we've never recovered. We had 19 years of an economic disaster. Sure, the unemployment is not what it once was, but because the state has shrunk down unemployment to where you can only get 14 weeks. Not before you could get like 26 and then you could get up to 99 weeks of unemployment, the federal emergency thing, which probably won't even be there now because heaven forbid that you actually help people in this country. But the fact of the matter is, they just want you to take any kind of job you can get. No matter if it's paying half of what you made. There are a lot of folks who had to settle for half of what they made because the textile industry died. And nobody had a plan about what happened if that happens. And so for well over a decade now, since the major textile industries went away. What happened? Ladies and gentlemen, let me be perfectly frank This nation has suffered greatly because of poor planning economically. This region especially. We didn't plan well to deal with the realities of globalization and free trade and not. And that, despite Donald Trump's best efforts, that's not going to change. We're not going to get out of NAFTA. We're not going to get out of the World Organization. The risk for an economic collapse, the trade wars with multiple countries, would be greatly devastating. And it would be asinine to get into that. But the fact is, ladies and gentlemen, we have an opportunity to make things better here. What has to happen is we have to find companies to come into this county that are willing to put people to work, willing to train to put people to work in large numbers. Companies that are already here need to help give them a chance to expand. It's one thing to lure company here and there's all sorts of free deals and all that, but you're hauling the companies that are already still here. You want them to expand. You want them to get better. You want them to hire people full time, make money so they can buy things, so that money can be used for tax for here. Okay? It's one thing that, yeah, you're going to have a little Caesars on 74. Yeah, that's going to employ people, but they're not going to make a lot of money. That's a huge deal. Okay? Yeah, you're going to have a new McDonald's at the Tri-City Mall. They'll employ a few more people, but they're not going to make a ton of money either. What you need is good paying jobs in anything you can get. Okay? We need industry. Why is Cleveland County growing? Where are their companies expanding and in some cases doubling in size? Water is an example. Where are they going when we're in companies here, say for a few, say Trouble, and even they're only hiring a few more people, they're not hiring hundreds of people. Of course, there's the textile plant, Everest Textiles. That is economic news because up to 600 people that are going to be working there. But that's still not enough. We are still at a net job loss since the 1998 textile industry collapse county. Okay? We have yet to recover from that. We're not even close to recovering. For 19 years, we've suffered because nobody in the community leadership realized it could actually happen. So how do you fix that? Well, you can get new leaders, but we've tried that. They've not gotten us anywhere. And this goes against Democrats and Republicans. To be perfectly frank, the side just is guilty. Okay? I have a story that Brett Washburn told the people at Mako, hey, you don't need to pay $12, $13 an hour. Just pay them $9. What happened? Mako stayed, 2 or 3 years, and now the plant formerly known as Mako is on. Before that it was Burlington. Now it's Facebook. Yeah, Facebook rate is a data symbol, and they do play a few people. Note I said a few, not hundreds, not thousands like tools used to do. Yeah, I guarantee that employ as many people as used to work in the Burlington plant used to be there. Okay? So what are we to do? The Economic Development Commission allegedly does things, and admittedly they do, but not nearly enough. We need more aggressive people in the Economic Development Commission to get companies here. to get them at Riverstone, to get on 220, to develop that, and finally get it to where it's actually, besides an air tour down, maybe a couple little different things. I think there's a bag plant there, Bonita, I think it is. And that's all well and good, but we need more of that. We need good industry here. Good paying industry that's not just getting up temps. I'm a temp person, work a temp job, but I don't want to work that. I want to be a permanent, full-time employee, okay? We need companies to come in here to provide permanent, full-time jobs with benefits, okay? That's what we need in this county. We need that desperately. We need the commissioners to get here in this county to grow the economy, to get people to actually buy things. There's a cool thing. Not just at the Dollar General or Dollar Tree or Ollie's or Blatz or even Walmart. To be able to buy good stuff. Okay? That's what we need, folks. We need good jobs. We need to get good leadership, regardless if they're Democrats or Republicans. This is beyond party here. Both parties have failed in the local and county, city and county. I'm not going to call anybody out particularly because, as far as I'm concerned, you're all at fault. You have the opportunity to change things. You cannot continue to live by this vision of a resort and retirement community. It's not working. You have to expand into commercial, into industrial, into high tech. Get people trained. Oh, your people, we don't have to train here. Train them. You got Isothermal Community College right there. They're about to build a brand new building over there. Pump some money in there. Get grants. Do whatever you have to do to get that going. We need jobs here. Now. Get done. Get these jobs here. Get us job training to get in there and get working. Good paying jobs. I'm more than happy to train. Okay? There are plenty of people who are hard-working people like myself who would love to get trained on one of these jobs that these companies say, oh, I can't find people to work these jobs. Guess what? We'll learn. Train us. We're fast learners. We can learn this stuff. Let's do it. Get it down here. Get them down here. Promote this. You got a community college right there. Promote the hell out of it. Ooh, no, you don't. I really want to fund it. Okay? Get behind the damn thing. Do it. We need jobs. We need good jobs here. Stop living off mythical ideas of, oh, we're going to be a retirement resort community and we're going to have all this prestige. You know what's the retirement resort community? Lake Chimney Rock, Nut Gorge. That's your retirement resort community. Right there. The rest of the industry, farm agriculture, what have you. Get it, good jobs here now. You have the old Mastercraft buildings that are empty. Excuse me. That are empty right now. Oh, that came out all of a sudden. Give me a second. Tell me. Get something to drink. Okay. The Mastercraft buildings that are empty. You have Regtraw, which is for all intents and purposes empty. You have a lot of these other places that are empty, are just being used as warehouses. Nothing wrong with houses, but they employ very few people. You need other stuff as well. So we really need to get. Sorry for that, folks. I had a bit of a issue with my. So my feeling is this: we have a great county. We have great weather here. We live in the thermal valley. They call it isothermal, constant temperature. It doesn't get really too badly cold. It doesn't really get too badly, which if you hear, you know that's necessarily always true. But they don't get blizzards, and we're not exactly frying under 10-degree weather. There's a lot of things here. We live in a rural community, but we do have an artsy kind of community as well. We to promote a diverse community. That doesn't mean we have to have a huge LGBT community. So we don't want to create families. No, you don't. Let Asheville have LGBT stuff. Well, there are LGBTers here, trust me. But you don't have. Oh my God, Forrest is going to become the next San Francisco/Asheville. No, don't worry about that. Here's what you worry about. Forest City becoming the actual Detroit and Little Detroit. Okay? Which, sadly, in some cases come to pass. My feeling is this is a great county that has potential. And I want it to live up to that potential. We want to keep our young people here. A lot of people who I graduated with got the hell out of Dodge. Some didn't. Most did. Do I blame them? No. Had I had my way had things gone differently for me, I'd have gotten the hell out of Dodge too. And in some cases, if the offer comes up, I do have the to leave. I just say it, but I'm a little tempted. I hate saying it like that. But I'd be lying if I said I was 100% convinced this community was the best it should be. Our county deserves better. We have a lot of potential in this county. And our leadership in this county needs to understand that it's not meeting potential. Okay? We need to stop these games. We need to stop playing, we need really big companies because we don't want these other people coming in to potentially threaten our school leadership. The same people running things all the time. We need to have good leadership. We need to have a vision for this community. We have a vision of community, of jobs in a plant on this area. We can get these distribution center deals, which we should have had. Get the next car plant. Maybe even lure Volkswagen over from Tennessee. They don't want to play ball in Chattanooga. Not a union state. I don't think that our governor would necessarily be against him being here. And I'm not a huge fan of unions either, but I can understand that they do serve a purpose to some degree. I'm not entirely against them. We have blown so many opportunities. We could have had BMW. We potentially could have had Mercedes. We could have had other distribution centers. We could have had the Walmart distribution centers. A lot of times, we didn't even attempt to get them. Or if we did, we didn't really put effort at the time that we needed to do it. That's got to change, folks. There's going to be opportunities to bring in. Companies are expanding. Amazon is expanding. Why are we getting in our distribution center? Are we trying? There's always a chance of getting new things. Okay? Not some chintzy little company that's avoided taxes, had their bills. I'm looking at you, Diamond Head. I can list a few more, folks. But the fact of the matter is, we need good deals. We need good, solid deals. Okay. We act in a position of strength. We have a great community. We have a great weather. We have weather. We have good roads. We are between Charlotte, Asheville, Spartanburg, Greenville, so you can go to a not too far away, actually have a good time, and even eventually have good stuff here. Okay, we've got somebody to turn the old reminder featured in my through the hourglass. Had to put a self-indulgent or self whatever they call it. Shameless promotion, thank you. Okay. The Hourglass can be found on the Amazon Kindle store for $3. Download it today. The name's John Thomas Hill, by the way. But now comes the integral part. There is an answer on this community. I think it's time for local leadership and our local law enforcement and our local DS to do something about it. I'm talking about Word of Faith. The AP published a series of stories actually, about Word of Faith Fellowship. That if you've lived in this community for any length of time, you've probably heard over and over again. And every so often, it comes up in the media. 1995, the now former Fox News host, Bill O'Reilly, working on that show, and actually did an expose on Word of Faith Fellowship. Thought it was going to go somewhere. It never did. So we've known for over 20 years, in some cases some of us have known over 30 years, how bad this church was. It's had its tentacle in local leadership. Maybe that's the problem. If you have bigger business here, they might decide to fuel investigations to find Joan Wayne and her followers. And this is the problem. I think, and it's not a conspiracy theory, I think there's a lot of fact to it, that the reason Rutherford County has suffered is because certain people do not want this county to get big enough because it could affect their good fund, daily. We're Faith Fellowship. Because if big companies come here, their executives and whatnot will want to say, hey, I want to run city council, I want to run for school board, I want to run for county commission. And they decide, hey, I don't like the fact that DSS has not done as good of a job at cracking down on alleged reports of abuses in Word of Faith Fellowship and locking some of these people up that have actually broken the law. Okay? This stuff matters, folks. I think it does. You don't think that these people who fight about these things, it is coming, folks. There's going to come opportunities in new industry here, bigger industry. I'm going to take a look at Word of Fellowship, and I'm going to ask, do we be in a community that still has that and it's known for that? So I'm imploring the local sheriff, the local district attorney, the local SS office, the local community leaders, city and county level, and the state to finally fully investigate what is going on at Faith Fellowship. Because clearly they're not doing what a church should be doing. Okay? It has had a long-term economic impact on this community in a negative way. It has to be dealt with. Alright? And I'll save the details for other people. I know it's going to honk off a lot of folks, but guess what? To be perfectly frank, I've been honked off a long time about this. I'm saying that's the main reason or the reason that we've had our problems. But to say that's not a reason at all is blinding ears to the realities of the fact that businesses who look at this and go, "I want to put our business here." Some have done so. It would not surprise more said no based upon that. Now, how do you bring businesses in? Tax breaks, which I'm not necessarily fond of because we've burned by it. Diamondback, the company that was on in the old Mastercraft Oakland plant, which is no longer there, even though a few cars there from time to time, but the facility's pretty much shut down. It's amazing when I go around here and I see all the plants that once had hundreds and hundreds of people employed there. Stonecutter no longer exists. They tore the building down a few years ago. That was a huge, huge employer. Our manual woodworkers and we employ a small fraction of what once there. Mastercraft Park plant doesn't really do anything. Oakland plant doesn't do anything anymore. My mom's on Regtrol barely is doing anything. It's mainly a warehouse, a few other things. That's about it. All these textile mills, the old Florence Hayne plant, Cone Mills in Forest City, they're still talking about turning that into something. And I'm like, when's that going to happen? When I retirement age in 20 years? Pardon me for being cynical, but you got to get this stuff done now. You got to have a full vision now. Yeah, Forest City's done a lot to improve things in some ways, but it's just a drop in the of what needs to happen. And I'm going to post something folks aren't going to like. I think it's time for communities of Spindale, Forest City, and Rutherford work together. Not necessarily in a complete merger of the three cities and the three towns into a city, although that wouldn't be a necessarily bad idea. But I do think the time has come for some serious discussions about cooperation and perhaps even going even further. There's a lot that needs to be done in this thing. A lot of potential. There's a lot of great potential. There's a lot of empty buildings that need to be filled. There's a lot of places where you could put a new building in and employ a lot of people, a lot of good, hardworking people. And we can still be Mayberry, but have a lot of folks at work. Instead of meth or whatever else, opioids or whatever, or selling stuff, or, it's time to realize you can't have more agency textiles here. Okay? Temp agents are fine for what they serve a certain purpose, but they shouldn't be the only way you can get into a plant. Okay? And hope maybe you'll get on there full time. To me, it's been frustrating over almost 25 years to see this county live up to its potential. He really should do really, really well. But because of some leadership fears, because of some bad decisions in the past, we failed. But it's not terminal yet. There is potential to turn things around. But I want our leadership, both parties, to commit themselves to bringing in big industries, bringing in companies that will employ a lot of people at a good wage. Not this 10, 20, these small companies. I mean, they're fine But they can't be just all of them. A few small businesses here are fine. We bigger company. Everest Textiles is a start. There should be more. It has to happen. We have tremendous upsides. Now let's done. No more excuses, no whining about this and that, no more distractions. Get it done. Because this county deserves it. Because this county's history deserves it. There's a popular Facebook group called Forgotten Rutherford County. My biggest fear is in the next few years, unless things change, that is going to be forgotten. Because a lot of folks, yourself, maybe it's no longer worth the trouble of staying. And this county could continue to become a virtual ghost town. That's my biggest fear. What's become of Ellenborough? What's become of all these other small communities? They should be growing. Not. Cliffside was a boom town for decades. For the last 40 years or so, ever since Cone Mills started going downhill, struggled. Now, since Cone Mills has pretty much been closed for over a decade and a half, going up to 20 years, Cliffside is a virtual ghost. Hardly anything goes there. It shouldn't be that way. There are a few attempts to make things better. They have a hard road to hoe. And they should be doing better. And my hope is community leaders come together and help to rebuild this county to what it once was and what it can be again, what it may be better than it ever was. That should be the goal, better than it ever was. Why can't have a Mayberry healing for Forest City with 25,000 people, or Spindale with 12,000, or Rutherford with 20,000? Well, they expanded as an Ellenborough instead of just 100 people, say, with 3,000. Cliffside booming, and all of this. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for us to bring Rutherford County into the 21st century. Be aggressive. Get these big, get tech businesses, get behind isothermal, and get even more jet training here. Be greedy about it. Get any you can. It just can't be healthcare. It just can't be resort and retirement communities and whatnot. The older they die. They bring them. It's just the fact that, and let's face it, Florida was a big retirement community for a long time. That's changed. It's time to change things back for the better. We can do it, folks. I wish I had answers, but I don't. But I know some folks who can. I know who you are. Hope you're listening. I'm not going to call you out by name, but you know who you are. It's time to get it done. Time to put your selfish goals aside. Time to put your business interests aside for a bit. Your businesses are going to be fine. You'll do better if you get better businesses in here to employ a lot of people at a good paying wage. Help this tremendously. Get it done. Good night, good luck, and may the good news for all of us in this county be ours.